Welcome back to my channel. My name is Cambria Rose, and if you were here for my introduction video, then you already know what this video is about. So thank you guys. I'm excited for you guys to be here, and let's dive on in. So today's video, it's all about the 100 envelope challenge. And I started this challenge because honestly, I'm a barista. I work at a coffee shop that is in the, it's spreading throughout the US, but mainly originated in Oregon. It's called Dutch Brothers. And so I am living off of a barista budget. I'm a manager there, so I do get paid pretty well. And so that's super awesome. But the reality is that no matter how much you get paid, you still need to learn how to save and how to save well and use your money well. Because ultimately, if there's one thing I've learned, it doesn't matter how much you're making. It matters what you do with that money and how you view your money. So what I started to do, I saw it on YouTube here, through a bunch of different YouTubers. I couldn't even tell you which one gave me the idea. I will have to go back and look. But if you want to get other people's insight on it, it's a super awesome hack and way to save money quick. So what you do, like I said, I even spilled my envelopes. Oh my word. So here I have my envelopes, and what you do is you get just a regular, box of envelopes, and you label them 1 through 100. And that 1 through 100 there, it signifies a day. So for me, my assistant manager and I, we started doing this challenge on September 1st, and it is now September 21st here. So that means I've done 21 days of this 100 envelope challenge. And so each day you put whatever the amount of money is on the envelope into that envelope, and you set it aside. So if I draw out, let's say I draw out of here, I draw 41. So that means in this envelope, I'm putting $41 in here, and I'm putting it into my little stash here. So the way I do this, and the reason I did this, is because as a barista here in Oregon, we earn tips, which is super awesome. It's one of the biggest perks of being in the food industry is tips. And I know that there's a lot of places that are starting to not do this as much, but you do get paid more than minimum wage or a percentage off of minimum wage. So that kind of balances out, but we're super blessed because we get cash tips. What I've been doing is I've been putting my cash tips towards this challenge and then taking a little bit of my paycheck from the bank and also putting it towards this challenge. So what I do, that's the 100 envelope challenge. By the end of your 100 days, you have $5,000. So $5,000 is a lot. Honestly, in my book, it's a lot more than if I wasn't doing this, because I wouldn't be saving that. And it's honestly been such an awesome challenge because it's made me intentional with my money. Now, there are a few different ways to do this. So my assistant, Jack, has saved up all his cash tips and is now using it, basically taking each day from that saved up stash. Now, I personally was stuffing I also do the envelope stuff, which I will talk more about in another video, but I was using my cash tips towards that. So I don't have that, that pre-stashed tip thing that I can just pull from. So what I do is when I get off a shift, I save all my cash tips and I bring them home and I count up how much I have. So if I have $19, then I put it into my $19 envelope. Now, what I did during my paycheck, when I budgeted, I decided to set aside $200, and I pulled out that $200 in different denominations, whether it was 20s or 50s, so that I could help to kind of get some of those bigger days out of the way. So Jack is going 1 through 100 in order. I personally am doing whatever I can, trying to knock off those bigger bills first, because it's going to get really hard for me to do, day 56, day 57, back to back to back. And so I do the biggest ones that I can during that day. And then when I have less tips and I'm not able, maybe it's towards the end of a pay period, I'm not able to pull from my bank, maybe because I budget every dollar basically, then I will use those smaller denominations or smaller options, if that makes sense. But so that is the 100 envelope challenge. Honestly, it's super simple if you get going. It's been so cool for me because this is day 21. It is the longest I have ever done a challenge. And through that, I've saved up $500, which has been awesome. $500 in 21 days is way more than I ever thought would be. And that's just from using all my tips and being very intentional with that money and being intentional with, I'm not spending this money. This is chilling. Now, what I would say, if you do a savings goal of any type, what I would say is to make sure that at the end of it, you have a goal for where that money's going. Now, I do have a bit of debt. It's not near as much as a lot of people, but it is debt. And so I have about $5,000, $6,000 in debt. So what I'm going to do with this money is I'm going to put this $5,000 towards that debt so I can just get it out of the way. And then I'll probably restart the whole challenge over again. So that is my goal towards that. And I will bring you guys along the way as I do this and as it gets closer to day 100 and all that. So yeah, there you go. If you have any questions, comments, drop them below. I'm excited to hear from you guys, and I will see you in my next video.